Hey everyone, Superman here, coming to you with another DCUO video. This is going to be a quick, brief video. As you know, we did get a new announcement for DCUO, and I just wanted to make a video on it real fast. But it's this week in DC Universe Online. We have a new beta test event, and it says, "Help us out with the new scaling system. Play both scaling versions of the Town Square Theater solo to earn bonus rewards, then complete a short in-game survey for more rewards, and then also with that we have the Legends Unleashed. This week will be more Legends characters are unlocked and ready for action, and every Legends PvE map is open for play in the on-duty menu. Additionally, feat progress Legends PvE is boosted by a staggering 10x multiplier, and then there is a marketplace sale this week. Enjoy 30% off of Wolfpack tokens in the marketplace. So I kind of just wanted to go over the level scaling um, with you all because I do have something here for it. But I was gonna read off the blog real fast that we got the announcement. So it's basically the level scaling test event, and it says, "Hello, heroes and villains. Welcome to our single player level scaling early beta test running May 12th through May 18th. Many players have understandably reported disappointment with how DCO's combat scaling works, often referred to as a stat clamp. Players see widely different and much lower output numbers based on the content they're playing. Um, our initial goal is for players to see consistent values regardless of the content. Our first attempt can be experienced in this solo instance. As a part of our beta test process, we're planning to replace current scaling with new scaling beta. After testing and iteration in future updates, you'll see these changes rolled out across all content and instances in the game, including solos, duos, alerts, raids, and open worlds. For those looking for or looking to chase feats, experience, narrative, or just rule stomp old instances unscaled will be offered as well in private queue settings. So buckle in, give us your feedback, and enjoy the ride. We're excited to work with you to make this feature amazing. With along the event details, experience a new scaling system where enemies adjust to your combat rating and compare it directly with current systems, where your character is adjusted to match enemy levels. This limited time beta test is available through the event system. Excuse me. But the requirements are also characters must qualify for casual mode to participate. No buyout option is available, and event category is going to be in the beta test. So, to kind of show you that real fast, you will go to your um, inventory and then just hit R2 a few times, and you will see it here at the beta test. Now I'm gonna just leave this up while I read through the rest of this announcement. To complete the event and earn rewards, you must finish all required challenges on normal mode. Since this beta test requires normal mode specifically, players who qualify for casual mode will be able to access and run normal mode for this event, even if they couldn't or wouldn't typically be able to. Casual mode progression will not count toward event completion. Required challenges: solo, new scaling beta, JLDC, Town Square Theater. Um, Play a new version of the mission where enemies scale to your combat rating to provide an appropriate challenge, normal difficulty only. The current scaling of JLDC Town Square Theater is play the current version of the mission where your character is scaled to match the combat rating of the solo, normal difficulty only. Excuse me. And after you run those solos instances, you have the in-game survey, which you can see here actually on the screen. You have solo new scaling beta option, then you have solo current scaling, and then you have the solo unleashed unscaled JLDC Town Square Theater, which is a bonus content aspected thing. And then the in-game server, I'm pretty sure is on the excuse me, on the Discord server, or um, they will be announcing it. I'm sure. I think it's on the Discord server currently, though, if I remember correctly. Um, but the in-game survey after completing this event, players will take a survey. The survey can be completed once per character and is required to unlock all additional once per account rewards. Players may retake the survey to provide more feedback, but additional rewards will not be granted. After completing both the event and survey requirements, players can claim a one time account reward. Excuse me. Excuse me, I'm my bad. Um, Getting into the rewards, it's a single player scaling test survey reward catch being 9 stabilizer fragments and 20 source marks, um, which is different on the event rewards for this. As you can see, we instead get the flawless Nith metal, the rage power remnants, and the rage plasma, which I think is going to be for the reward or for the beta test progression itself. So keep that in mind. I think the 9 stabilizer fragments and 20 source marks are going to be after the survey. Um, and then these rewards are for after you run the solo missions twice, if I'm putting it together correctly. But excuse me, your feedback is essential to refining this new scaling system, but testing or by testing both versions and completing the survey, you're helping shape the future of combat scaling across all content. Jump in, test both experiences, and then let them know what you think, or let us know what you think. Um, so I would highly recommend this because I know with the community, there's a lot of things that we like to get out and put out there for the devs to um, put in or take in and have suggestions of, whatever the case may be. So being able to get the survey after this is a start to something different when it comes to DCUO and this dev team, you know. So this is the first little stepping stone, and I would highly just kind of say when it comes to stuff like this in the future, I have a high feeling that it's going to be beneficial for us for as a community of players for the long run. The more beta tests we get, so your opinion definitely does matter, um, and your opinion on it is going to be something that'll make this game better when it comes to content, or AKA the stack clamping specifically. But to continue, this is just the beginning. This marks the first of many beta tests we will be inviting to the community to participate in. Keep your eyes on the beta test event category, as the new test will be appearing there. As we continue, is a chance for you to get hands on with features before they go live and make your voice heard where it matters the most. Your opinions don't just matter to us, they shape what we build. We are genuinely excited to have the community alongside us on this journey, helping us craft experiences that feel right for everyone, heroes and villains that are all out there. Um, so yeah, like I was saying, this is the beginning of something new, and it's a beginning of something different that's going to benefit a lot. Um, and as they said, it's going to be something to where we get to test it before it comes out, from what it seems like it's portraying. So I'm gonna actually get into one of the beta tests now that I'm on. Um, but let's do that, shall we? And how to get to it again? When you go to your inventory to find the event tab, you just go inventory and then just hit R2 until you see beta test. And then this is where it's going to show. And then to get to it, you go to on duty, which is right next to it, and then go down to the combat scaling. Um, which one do I want to do? I might do the new scaling, honestly. 'Cause I feel like unscaled. Let me see. I'm going to do the new scaling first. Try that out, shall we? Now I'm going to kind of run my fun build, per se, to kind of give it the test run before, to see if I really need to go into like any of my other builds. And that's usually why I like this build and why I have this build. I know the build isn't the best build or it's not a legit build, but this build is for instances like this to where you can run solos with it, duos with it, alerts with it. You can run open world content with it, and you can just use it as a build test where it's like, if this can handle this, you'll be fine. You know your other builds will be able to handle it more, especially if you have your build set up the proper way. Um, but this just seems like this version is a non-CR clamp version. Well, still 500. They're dying pretty easily, so yeah. Okay. It isn't scaling too crazy, but having this kind of content though is kind of fun. Like going into old content, being able to just kind of run through it, in my opinion, is probably a very solid iteration of a lot of things. Oh, and how it should be. Mm-mm. Excuse me. But when it comes to content, especially old content, because I know there's a lot of old content out there that we don't run anymore as a community. Like as a community, we can all agree there's content in this game that we have no intention on going back into or touching or whatever the case may be. Like this is something that will definitely benefit when it comes to getting us back to old content, especially for feats, because I know there's a lot of people who like to feat run and who want to get their skill points higher and need feats for old content, but like don't have groups to run with or don't have friends or people to run with. So it's like having something like this where we can go into old content, private matches, or go do scaling system and then just kind of run it um, for feats and get through it as easy as possible or as quick as possible just to get to the feat section of it is perfect. And that goes for me as well. Like I know I run a lot of things by myself um, that benefit me for feats or just because, just to kind of have fun. Like I know I have like a ton of solo videos out that y'all have seen me run, and sometimes I would just run it for fun. Sometimes I would just run it just to try to see if I can knock out some feats. Even when I'm helping out the community in the game, I usually try to just run it to help them out, and if I get a feat from it, I get a feat from it. I'm not really too picky on going for feats when we're running stuff. So, excuse me, me being able to kind of just go back and get feats that I missed, it's kind of dope, you know. Especially in a way that's gonna make it easier for me to do so. But like, for example, these feats defeat Cursadana after blocking her aerial blaster's attack at least one time. Like this is a feat I could have been had. Um, and these two feats are feats that I just gotta kind of spam. But with this, it's gonna make it easier for me to just kind of fly through it, get to the area quicker, spam it quicker, spam it easier. So it's kind of just something like that. Um, that kind of just helps everything and gets everything situated easier for feats mainly. So definitely also just kind of leave your opinions and comments on it and how you feel about it and what your experiences were with it in the comment section down below for sure. Um, we can definitely talk about it. But this is kind of just my opinion. Like I might try to go for that feat and actually try to just kill Zatanna as quick as possible because I don't feel like trying to wait for her to do something and have to block it. Mm, excuse me, drink of water. Thirsty. But anyway, let me actually do this. 'Cause I'm trying to actually put that feet on there. This is another reason why I think a lot of people will like this. Get it over with quick and easy. Get the reward for it. And then, what's next? Here. Run through that pretty quickly. If I don't get the feet, I don't get the feet. But if I do, sweet. It's a feat I don't have to worry about anymore.
You've got a real stage presence, and
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
you'd make a pretty good assistant if you wanted.
Assistant? I'm thinking
And then there's
stage
that as well.
manager.
So we got a progression, and I didn't get the feet. Huh. Okay. So I have to
Not
sit here and
often
block
your
that thing
sight
regardless.
visits
No,
like
that's
this.
probably why I
It's
haven't
good
gotten
to see
feet.
you,
Because
Constable.
usually when it comes to getting certain
Especially now
feats, you
that
were
we
able to
know
just kind
what's
of burn
going
through it quick
on.
enough to where it didn't
Hecate's
have
taking
to
away magic. Like
render the
all
mechanics.
magic.
And you got the feet. So that's cool though. But that's basically the unscaled version of the solo. Now let's see if I can get into another one. I'm sure since I already did the one, I won't be able to do another one. But let's see, because it did give us the event progression, and it doesn't seem like it has it, but it says we can do the other two. So let's try, see if we can knock out the other two real fast. Then this is the current scaling one, right? Yeah. Or we can run all three of them and see what happens. But as of right now, we'll just run the 1 or the 2. But if it lets us get into the third one, we'll just kind of run all 3.
Okay, we're looking for clues. Why does
Run
Hecate,
this again.
goddess of magic, have it
Now this
out
is
for
the
magicians?
This place is swarming with monsters. Come on, I'll race ya.
stack clamped version.
No,
Okay, yeah,
wait.
this is the stack clamped version.
My fault. I promised to show if we cleared out the theater fast
Because
enough.
I am now
Eyes
337.
of a younger me. No thought, just go, go, go.
Yeah, I mean, it might end up killing me.
Might have stitched myself up with that one.
Which is kind of crazy. That's one thing I will say when it comes to like stack clamp. When it comes to old content, depending on what it is, you won't feel a difference when it comes to running it and how quick you get through it. Especially solos. So I feel like that's one thing that if you decide to take the survey, keep in mind that you won't feel a difference when it
I
comes to
won.
solos,
Admit it. I'm
but
sorry.
you'll know the difference if that makes sense. Like you'll see it because of CR, and like the last one I ran, I was 503, which is my current CR. This one's 337, so it's kind of just like we're actually gonna kind of skip this. We already seen this one, but it's gonna kind of be like that to where you'll know the difference, you'll feel the difference, you'll see the difference. But when it comes to solos, it's harder to tell. Um, but it's definitely known. So it's not like it's going to be unknown when it comes to running it. Um, shut it down this out, get through this. She was way easier to kill, so I think that's where it is some differentiation on what I don't know how you can tell the difference. This boss is really hard to kill. Because if I remember correctly, back in the day or a while back, I don't know if it's still relevant, but they had it to where when we had the stat clamp, or when we first got the stat clamp, the bosses um, got buffed. If I remember correctly, that's how it was. I know it was like years back, but that's how it was first when the stat clamp first came out. When the stat clamp first came out, I think it was like a week or two after
I think I'm okay now.
the bosses that we ran, or the bosses ended up getting buffed to make them harder for us, but we all kind of got used to that and kind of never really felt the difference too much. But that was a thing. I don't remember if it was for ads as well. I think it was for ads as well, but from what I remember, it was mainly bosses. So that's a differentiation that you can kind of fixate on when running this and scaling it and putting out your opinion to it. And I don't know what I'm going to say when it comes to the survey. You know, for me, my opinion is kind of one of those things where stat clamping, I don't really mind as much anymore as I used to. Like when it first came out, it used to bother me just like everybody else. And then I kind of just got used to it. But then again, depending on the content I'm running, I wish we didn't have it, you know? So that's how it is for me, and that's really my opinion. It's more just like depending on the content I'm running, I wish we didn't have it. And sometimes it's one of those things where I don't mind it. Sometimes I feel like the stat clamp actually tests us better when it comes to what we're doing
Joe, I
with
can
our
trust
tunes
you.
and with our characters. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of things where it's just like if you ran a lot of solos, you'll kind of get the gist of what I'm talking about. Especially when you run solo content by yourself, you'll go and stack much, then you're looking at your character like you can still handle this even though you're a nerf, but it makes sense. But that, you know what I mean? Like it kind of puts your character to the test a little bit. It's like it lowered your character to what it should be or what it used to be, and it's just like I used to not be able to do this, but you know, that's just my opinion on it when I'm running stuff and like that. Even stack clamp, I'm still running this stuff. You know what I mean? Like stack clamp, it don't really bother me. So that's my opinion on it, really. I killed her quickly. So that should be fine. That's probably why I never really got it. That's probably why I never got it, because it's very slow. It's slow burn food. Some casual people, so it's just like
Who broke the curse?
if I don't get it, I don't get it.
Assistant? I'm thinking
And that is
stage
progression too.
manager.
Okay, so it did count for the first 2 days.
Oh, thank you,
Okay.
Carlos. You're okay.
Not often you're
Well,
so
that is that.
reassuring. It's
Um,
good to see you,
I
Constance.
will be running the third one just
Especially now that
because.
we know what's going on.
But
Hecate's
let's get up
taking
out of
away
here to kind of get the gist of the third one to see what's going on and what it means by unscaled. What's this? Uh, mm. Okay, wait. Let's do that again because we got a phone. So, okay, so mission context, you get ambush bug that will have you get the beta test survey. So that's how they will do the beta test survey. When you finish the content, um, you will be able to run the beta test survey after that. Now let's do the unscaled version though before we actually wrap things up and take the survey. And I will be taking the survey off camera. But excuse me. When it comes to the
Okay,
beta
we're
test,
looking for clues. Why does Hecate, goddess of magic,
excuse me,
have it out for magicians?
start choking on water.
This place is
But
swarming with
when it
monsters.
comes to the
Come
beta
on, I'll
testing,
race ya. Boys or
or
girls,
the
you
beta
ready?
test survey at least,
My
now you
fault.
know.
I promised
You
to
don't have to
show
worry
before we
about
came in for the
going
beta test.
to
Reminds me
the
of
Discord
young girl
server
with me.
or
No fault.
the any of their social medias. If it's posted there, it'll pop up in the game after you finish both
Might
progressions
have stitched
for the event
myself up.
itself. Now, the unscaled version of this seems like it's the same as the current, but the ads are weaker. I've also noticed they're, oh no, they're actually much bigger. So that's another thing to kind of pay attention to when it comes to the running it.
I
You'll
won.
see
Let me
that
admit it. I'm
their
stronger.
CRs change from because I think they were like 330 something last time or 334 last time, and then they buffed up to 419. But the first one I ran, they were like 400 something as well.
It is too much.
So just keep that in mind. But there's little many things. But then again, this is what the survey is for after the fact, so we'll be able to actually give our full opinion anyway at the end. So if you want to add everything that I'm saying or finding in this video, you can. You're more than welcome to for your opinion on it. Or if you have your own opinions from running it, or if you have your own opinions that you much rather find out yourself or see what I'm talking about, whatever the case may
I think
be.
I'm okay now, but
But again, the survey is definitely beneficial for
come on, this way.
um, the devs to actually find out and figure out everything. I'm actually trying to go for the feet this time as well. What was it? Let me see if I can knock out this feat too while I'm doing this. Oh, there's no feats attached to this one. Oh, okay. Cool. At least I know that. Oh, that's a new one. So the unskilled version has no feats attached as well. Okay, well, I'm not gonna worry about feet again. I'll probably end up running the mission by myself later on off camera or off screen. And we're skipping the cutscenes.
Share my whole
Cutscene. But we grab everything up here. There we go. And that is all three versions of it done.
assistant? I'm
And
thinking
now
stage
you kind of know the
manager.
difference when it comes to everything. So the
Oh,
unskilled
thank you,
version, there's
Carlos.
no
You're
feats
okay.
attached.
Not
Different
often.
CR when it comes to bosses and ads. You'll stay the same CR or your current CR, more or less, and then same for the first iteration or first version of it. So new scaling beta, this is going to be your current CR going into it. Then you have your current scaling, basically being the stat clamped version, and then you have another your current CR version. I think this one just detaches the feats. But that's pretty much everything. I hope you enjoyed the video, And I will see you in another one next time. And then again, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, whatever the case may be, put them in the comment section down below. And I hope you all take the survey, try this out, and then put your opinions out there because your opinions do matter. And it seems like they're actually getting into that a little bit more when it comes to doing this beta test. So if you want to get your opinion out there for these scaling, definitely take it. But I will see you all in the next one and have a nice day. Bye, everyone.